We're also, though, following these major developments involving Jeffrey Epstein, these emails, his ties to Donald Trump. What is the latest?
So this morning, Democrats on the House Oversight Committee, now mind you, they are doing their own, it's sort of a Republican-led investigation into the Epstein files, but Democrats released some emails they obtained from the Epstein estate, 3 of them in particular. And these emails, some of them are written by Jeffrey Epstein himself, others are written by Ghislaine Maxwell. And in these emails, there are 2 specific ones that Democrats point to as being damning for President Trump. One of them says that one of the victims, redacted name here, spent hours at my house with President Trump. That was directly from Jeffrey Epstein. There's another email there that says Trump, quote, knew about the girls, which is in direct contradiction to what President Trump has been saying, which is that he had no knowledge of any of the criminal activity that Jeffrey Epstein was engaged in. These emails, again, seemingly contradict that. So that is a big deal. Now, mind you, this wasn't released by the whole committee. It was just Democrats on that committee. Another important layer to this is Congresswoman Adelita Grijalva. She won her race weeks ago. She has not yet been sworn in. She gets sworn in today. Why is that important in the context of this story? It's because she becomes the 218th vote, the critical signature on what we call a discharge petition. That is a way that even if Speaker Mike Johnson does not want to put a vote on the floor to release all the Epstein files, Democrats and some Republicans can actually get around Speaker Johnson with this procedural move and force a vote on the House floor to compel the release of these files. They needed 1 more signature, and Grijalva becomes that last one. So when she's sworn in at 4 o'clock today, she's going to sign that discharge petition, which puts this on a track to get a House floor vote. We caught up with the Congresswoman-elect a little while ago. This is what she told us about now being here on the day where she's going to get to do that.
I really don't have the words to describe how I feel right now, but I'm glad that we're going to be able to finally sign the discharge petition and keep that commitment and move on to continuing to hold this administration accountable.
Did you feel like that was the reason this process was delayed?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
So she believes that the Epstein files vote is why her swearing in was delayed. This is the response from the White House on these emails. Quote, the Democrats selectively leaked emails to the liberal media to create a fake narrative to smear President Trump. The unnamed victim referenced in these emails is the late Virginia Giuffre, who repeatedly said President Trump was not involved in wrongdoing whatsoever and couldn't have been friendlier to her in their limited interactions. And this is what President Trump said when asked about this situation and about what he knew at the time. He answered this question a couple of weeks ago on Air Force One.
He took people that worked for me, and I told him don't do it anymore, and he did it. And I said, stay the hell out of here. I think she worked at the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people. He stole her.
So back to that discharge petition we were talking about. If Grijalva signs today, and we expect she will, Democrats have said that probably means early December they would be able to force that vote to compel the release of the Epstein files. Of course, that would have to go through the Senate and the White House. President Trump would have to sign that, which seems unlikely, but it is a continued push in the direction of full transparency. When it comes to the Epstein files, we know that some of the victims themselves are likely going to be here on Capitol Hill next week. Many of them have actually pushed for supporting this effort that we're talking about.
All right, Joe Khalil, live for us there on Capitol Hill. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.